Welcome to part 2 of the Agreements That Make a Difference module.
So, Michael, let's switch gears a little bit. Do you have an exercise for us?
Yes, I do. Here we go. 3 steps to this. 1, think of a situation where you did not get the follow-through that you assumed you would get. Number 2, how might more explicit contracting around intention have been helpful? And 3, how might the steps of how might the steps of consensus building have been helpful? Got it? Questions?
Yeah, I have a situation in mind.
Okay.
So this is a situation where I was delegating a task to a member of a team. We're on part of a large project, and I was going out of town for a couple of weeks, and I delegated a task to him of developing a certain module of work, of designing something. And we talked through it, and we talked about what he would need to get the work done, who we'd need to talk to, and sort of all these kinds of things. And, I thought I was explicit in saying, this should be done, or you should have a first draft by the time I come back. I came back from my 2 weeks away, and nothing had been done on this one task. Mm-hmm. And I was a little surprised. And I asked what had happened, and he said, I got sidelined by this other project. I didn't have time to do it. What ended up happening is I ended up doing the work myself, which was deeply, deeply frustrating to me. So that was the situation.
Well, I hear that you were explicit, but did you have an agreement from him?
Well, so this is where it's really interesting. It's going back to your example of how there's head nodding, and the person says yes, and so I had I thought my intentions were clear, but I think that what I did not go through, in this specific case, because I was delegating a task, I didn't really go through a process of consensus building. It didn't seem like, I'm not sure that I would have done that because I'm just trying to delegate a task. Why would I go through a process of consensus building?
You needed to see if he was fully on board. And you trusted his body language.
Right.
When things are important, you need to hear the words come out of their mouths that they understand exactly what you said.
So what should I have done differently then?
You should have said, okay, are you clear about what I've asked you to do? And is it something that will work for you? That second question is the key.
I actually did ask him that, and he did say yes. What I didn't hear from him is a restatement of what I had said, so to clarify, and I think that's what I should have done. Mm-hmm. But now, I also...
This is an interesting situation then. Did you have a history with this person of his following through or not following through?
Up until this point, he'd been okay in following through, but I had been providing a lot of support and guidance. And so I think that one of the things that I realized upon reflection is that for whatever reason, he did not feel comfortable or safe in the environment. Me asking him to do this thing somehow was over. I didn't realize how overwhelmed he was in his work. I think is a better way of putting it. And I don't know exactly why, and I probably should have dug into that a little bit more. But,
Well, that sounds very similar to the situation of the hospital CEO.
It does.
Folks weren't willing to really speak up and say what their truth really was. So that's the issue of relationship management that we're going to cover in our next module.
Clearly, I needed that many years ago.
Ronnie, it's never too late to learn.
Yes, thank you. Learn again and again.
And again, that is correct.
All right. So thank you for that, Michael. And I think that maybe we'll come back to this example in the next module to really understand what I could have done differently around relationship management with this individual in terms of contracting. All right. So do you have any final words for us?
Sure. Contracting is great. And I can't overstate that contracting is absolutely necessary for leaders to be sure that everyone is on the same page and going to the same place. That is just so critical. And I hope that everybody will stay tuned for the next module here so that we can talk about contracting for healthy relationships. That's already come up twice now, and it's something that we need to do something about and really focus on. After that, we will also focus on contracting for how we can help ourselves and each other manage egos. You may not have one, but most of us certainly do.
Yeah, I'm innocent here. I don't have an ego.
But, thank God for that, Ronnie.
So I just want to close off today's module by saying if you have any questions or clarifications, you can go to the discussion module associated with this course and ask Michael your question. In the next module of the contracting course, we'll be talking about creating agreements to build and maintain strong relationships, something that we all need. Even I will admit that I need. So thank you for that, and I hope you stay tuned. Michael, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, Michael.
Goodbye, Ronnie. You take care. See you next time.